Hi, this is Jundo. Welcome to Tree Leaf, and this is a sacred mudra, the mudra of Gasho, of greetings. If you've ever studied Buddhist art, you'll know that Buddha statues can be seen with various types of mudra gestures. I'm not as up on these as I should be, but usually in esoteric Buddhism, such as Tibetan Buddhism or some types of Shingon or Tendai Buddhism, these gestures are usually seen as having power and conveying a certain spiritual meaning. The one we usually use is in Zazen, the cosmic mudra, the Hokken Join, like so. But today's use of mudra does not mean a hand gesture, for a mudra can be with the whole body and mind. That is Zazen. Master Dogen is continuing to teach us that a moment of Zazen is enlightenment, not only for you, but for the whole world. How can that be? Well, in this section, Master Dogen tells us that we sit Zazen with body, speech, and mind. The body is made still and stable. Words are made still and stable. As Uchiyama Roshi says, there is silence. The tongue is placed behind the teeth. There is quiet. And also the mind is allowed to be still and stable. For we drop away the workings of the mind, of the intellect, volition, consciousness. What does the mind do? What I'm always talking about here. The mind labels this and that, judges, is filled with attractions and repulsions, has imaginings about the future, emotional reactions to the past. It cannot look at anything in the world, be it a flower, be it a stone, without appraising it as large and small, as brown or blue, as wonderful or terrible. Well, while we're sitting Zazen, we stop all that. Drop it away. The mind is as still as our body, and words become still. The mind also divides this from that, me from you, table from chair. We drop all that too. And then the equation that Master Dogen is talking about becomes not so hard to understand. For when we drop the judging, all things become just as they are. And when we drop the division and separation, when we taste that all things are just as they are, all the world becomes just as it is. For there are no barriers, no divisions. When we look at a stone and say that is a terrible stone, we make it within us a terrible stone. When we look at a tree and say it is a wonderful tree, we judge it within us a wonderful tree. So, if we drop all judging within us, each stone and tree becomes just what it is. And if we drop the barriers of this and that, each stone and tree becomes perfectly just what it is. And when we realize the Jidyu Zanmai, that all things are perfectly in their function, just doing what they're doing. And the tree is just the tree, and the rock is just the rock, and the you is just the you, and it's all a wonderfully undivided process. Just going as it goes. Shall we sit with that?